All right, we're gonna do a whalebone grip. So the first thing we need is black whalebone. Yep, there it is. Black whalebone and the cream whalebone, right? So, and they don't need to be tensioned from the spool like the silver wire does. They can just be chilling. So first we're gonna take the end of it and we're gonna wind onto the stick here. And you want to set it on the stick with the curved side. Now, actually, I don't think this whalebone has a curved side, but some whalebone does have a curved side, in which case you would want it to be up on your stick. And then we're going to carve out the, that's what I'm looking for, bevel. Carve out the bevel with a knife flat on this bench here. And it is going to have to be at an angle this way. So let's move back a little bit. All right, so I'm going to be, I have my knife at an angle, at a pretty extreme angle, as much of an extreme angle as I can. And I'm going to cut it towards, there we go. Make it as thin as you can. So the knife works well if you are not friends with your knife. Right, so let me show you that. You can see that. If you're not friends with your knife, this particular whalebone actually files reasonably well. So you could, if you have a surface that you can file on, right? Don't destroy your workbench. Actually, just file the end flat, like that. Right, so now it's even a little bit nicer looking. So then we're going to do the same thing to the white one. I'm going to use my knife because I like my knife. Well, that's really super impossible to see on this light colored bench. That's a little better. So same thing. So my knife is angled and I'm going to press away from me. Slice, slice, slice through. Sorry, I forget that I'm not talking to my 6-year-old sometimes. Okay. All right, and there's, trying to make sure you can see that. This white one's impossible to see, but it looks just like the black one. All right, set that aside. Now we're going to take the black one with the beveled end, and this is going to be just like starting the wire winding, but not quite as infuriating. So I'm holding it down with my thumb. I'm going to wind it around and over. And the nice thing about the whalebone is that it's kind of stretchy, so I can kind of give it a good stretch, wrap it over. Ah! It's going to probably do that a couple times because, you know. Wrap it over. Okay. And it's going to look like that. And then we'll just wrap it around. And then we'll add the white. So I'm going to leave a little gap there and find the white end with the taper, and we're going to stick it under, having a hard time getting a good view here. Stick it underneath. Stick it underneath the black one. All right, so now we're wrapping. over the white one, right? And I'm going to leave a little space for the white one. So now our white one's going to join the party here. Right, so I'm going to hold that with one finger. Sorry. And wrap the white. All right, so now I'm wrapping the white and the black together. Okay. And it's going to look like that. Let's do that again. I'm pretty sure I did that in a way that was impossible for anyone to see. So, one more time. So here we are. We've wrapped over the black. And then we need to add the white. So we'll take the end that we've already filed. And we're just going to stick it under there. So I'm going to stick it, what I'm doing is I'm sticking it under the black, not from the frog side, but the bow side. And I'm going to tuck it underneath my first finger along with the black. The black is going to wrap over the white. And then I'll grab both of these. Sorry. And I'll grab both of these together. They're going to cross. See how they're crossed? The white's going under the black. And then wrap them from there. Alright, so you can kind of see the tail is sticking out there, but I'm wrapping over that tail. And this whalebone is exactly the color of this maple, making it very difficult to see what's going on. Alright, so everything's a little loose, so I'm just shoving it up with my fingernail. Alright, so I'm holding the black and the light colored whalebone together. Wrapping, wrapping, wrapping. This is the easy part. Let's see if I can stand in a way where you can see a little better. So you see how I'm holding it in my hands there? Sometimes you'll see a little bit more black on the top there than I left. Doesn't matter too much. Now you should have a good cramp in your hand going on. All right, so now I'm reaching the end of my white. And if you are very clever, you could actually try and carve the ends, bevel the ends before you get to this point. I don't, because I just lose track of what way I'm oriented. Now, I'm going to carve this bevel, cut this bevel, slanted that way, because I'm going to tuck it under the black in that direction. Okay. So now we'll just take the black, pull it over the white. Ta-da! Right. Black is pulled over the white. This will all be under the leather. All right, so now the last winding is a little trickier. I'm gonna take it like this. No, I'm going to do that twice actually. All right, so now I only have one wrap of black over the cream. I'm going to wrap this around once, twice, and stick it through both of those windings. So I stuck it under that first one. I'm going to stick it under the second one as well. All right, so it's going to look like that. It's stuck under both of my last windings. And I'm going to take it and pull it tight. Shovel that up, tight. Okay, so that's what's happening there. I'm going to take my needle-nose pliers, if I had them handy, give it another extra little tug. And I'm going to shove it into place because I just realized that was not a wind of light colored whalebone, that was just a strip of maple. There we go. And then I'm going to put a drop of glue on that, not a dot of glue, on the end here. And it's going to kind of, hang on, my glue bottle's not working. Oh, those of you who are watching this the first year know that these glue bottles leak like crazy and to not use them. So that's what just happened there. Don't pour glue all over it. Just put a little drop of glue on the end where your tail is sticking out. Let that dry, or set as the case may be, and trim it off without cutting all the rest of your whalebone off. And you're done. Ta-da! Have fun.